Okay, I think I screwed up when I set the indicator on the high stand over there. I think I set it to the wrong number. So let's see where we're at here. Get this out of the way. Set back in the tooling box, or box, so I don't lose my tooling ball. Now this is going to set it to the center line of the This will set it to the center line of the ball. See, and I subtracted 400 or 705 from the ball, and then I set it, the height of it, to 481, which is wrong. So I'll set this to okay, so we're right there right now. Zero the dial out. Now let's try it again. 705 thou. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7, and then 5. Now you got to remember that these are taller than what they should be, so it should come out to a point when I do both sides. So we'll see here. We shall see. All right. Glad I got a setup part. So it's going to clip this on this side even. You know. And it's going to clip that hole, which is fine because it's lower than that. Okay. It looks more like what I was expecting. Now we got to drill a hole in it for a 440 screw. Or do I want to go and just mill the slots, both slots first? See, now this is where I could use two setups. So this is in absolute, I'm going to zero it right there on the Y. Now I'm going to go ahead and dial in on the other side and then move out. I could almost just swing that slot in. Because they should be in line with each other. So, yeah, if I swing that slot in, I should be in the right area. I don't want to take the indicator out. So, grab my in the coil or whatever you call it. I think they're called in the coils. I don't know where they get into coil out of it, but and it is a bitch to put this on. Got it right away this time. No, I didn't. Did I get it this time? I think so. This is actually off a little bit. It should have probably these two washers taken out. Could slide over, and then two of these washers taken out, because you can see that it's off center. Let's move over this way so we don't hit the wall like that. You know, I don't like this indicoil for small holes because of this, the way it holds the indicator. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take these washers out, see if I can move the center line over. Because they are off a bit. Let's take one washer out. I'll put it on there so I don't lose it. I'll put it on the outside. that help? On the big holes, on big diameters, it's no problem. It works fine. On smaller diameters, it doesn't seem to work very well. See, it's definitely not right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my mirror. Okay. We're 16, so we need to be on to 8. No, 16. No, we're 6. We've got to be on 13 here. And then it's so flimsy too when you touch it to move the dial. I need to sit down and that's something else I need to sit down and work out and figure out how to fix it so it works correctly. So we're 2 thou off. Set her on the 1. 1 under. And 1 under. All right, so now we're going to go to incremental. And 0 my Y. All right. Now, do I dare believe that that's correct as far as height? I'm going to check it. Put that tooling ball in. Check that height. Make sure that it's correct. The height of it should be 1 inch 436.5. Okay. Oh, I'm hitting up there. I can move this way. Still hitting. Well, now I'm hitting that. Let's move the other way then. Sometimes. I just don't want to move it on Y right now. Okay, hopefully it's the right height. Because then I can just go ahead and do the slots, and then I'll set up to do the holes afterwards. And clamp this down. Cadillac gauge is getting a lot of use here lately. I sure would miss it if I didn't have it. Like I say, it was one of the better purchases I made. Okay, 1 inch. 1 inch for 37.8. 4 inches, 37.8. 4 inches, 36.5. Close enough. So we can just go ahead and mill that slot right there. Good. It's a good deal. So all I gotta do is switch from absolute to incremental. Incremental is with the tooling ball in the back. Absolute is with the tooling ball in the front. Here we go. See, there's 100 and something, an 1/8 inch, I think. It's got to come off of those yet, off the top. All right, see what that looks like. Take it out. Let's take it out of there. Allen wrench. Where did I lay my Allen wrench at? Oh, right here. It's hiding, but it was hiding from me. And the spark plug hole was opposite of the. If that matters or not. Alright. What did I say the other day that I got to take off of these? Remember the height. Oh, I'm looking for the drawing. The full-fledged drawing and not my IPs or whatever you want to call them. Alright. 937. So and that's about an 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch got to come off of there. So it'll be just a little bit of a flat left up on top. And I believe that's the way the drawing kind of shows it that way. Alright. So, we'll just continue on. We'll do all of these like this, and then we'll come back and drill the 440 hole in here. The screw hole. On both sides. Then I'll be done over here with this fixture. Well, I won't be done with this fixture because we're also going to try to flip them over like that, upside down, clamp them, and we're going to use them to mill the fins. And that's what I was talking about. Either maybe doing them on the NC or doing them manually. If I do them manually, I'll put these flats on here first. And then that way I can see, I can blend to the flat and then come around, blend to the flat. Crank out, come in, blend to the flat, around, blend to the flat, crank out. And I have a little swivel plate that I made for that kind of thing when I was working on some steam engines, and it works really good because you can put a clamp on the two spots, so you can just go boop up to the clamp, boop up to the clamp, go to the next fin, do the same thing, next fin, do the same thing, next fin, do the same thing, and you do them all on one side, then you turn them, do the same thing on the other side. So it should work out. So I'm thinking maybe I'll, instead of wasting my time, because I could write a program for it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I could write a program and do them to where I can just hit the button and walk away and let them do it. But sometimes the machine doesn't do exactly what you want. And that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to mess any of them up. I should have made a couple extra instead of just one extra. All right, let's knock these pins out. Got a little punch here to knock the dowels out because they fit in there tight. There's one. There's two. Okay, so there's the two dowels. Put them in the next one. Let me get the reamer. It doesn't seem to. Oh, put them in the right hole and they'll go right in. Trying to put them in the 440 clearance screw hole. 440 screw clearance hole. Tap it in a ways. Here. And then I need the 1, 2, 3 blocks. One for the back and one to line them up. So I take and I line them up. Line the two pins up. Make sure they're straight up and down. Put the other one on the back side. Push it up against. Turn it around. Tighten it down. Wrong. Go stand in the corner. I put the part in wrong. It's got to be turned 180. You'll notice it right away because it's trying to do the slot where the spark plug hole is. Or I don't know if it actually calls out for glow plugs, and I'm not sure that I'm going to do that. I'm thinking I might rig up a distributor yet Cross that bridge when I get there. Got a long ways to go before I need to worry about that. That'll be probably next year sometime. Well, I didn't say I was going to start this job and finish it in one year. I'll get as far as I can. There we go. Now it's right. Turn this away. Now we switch to absolute again. Crank out to 0. Right there. And mill the slot. Looks right to me. See, I could, if I had a quick change on this machine over here, you know, I could bring my quick change over here, take it off the NC machine and put it in here. It's really not all that hard to take off. I mean, it's just it's like a 5C collet. And then then I could just do a quick change. That's the only reason I'm not drilling holes right away. Because taking the tool in and out, in and out. I didn't want to do that. Two down. Looking at it again. Let me lay a ruler across this once here. Now's a fine time to be checking this, right?